Hi guys, thanks for watching the first editing video for College English class. In these editing videos, we're working on better writing, and more immediately, we're working on techniques we can apply to the college essay. I thought I'd start with an inspirational quote from Samuel Clemens, who's better known as Mark Twain. He said, "The difference between the almost right word and the right word is really a large matter. It's the difference between the lightning bug and the lightning." In writing the college essay, we want to bring the lightning. And there's a lot of magic that can happen with our experiences and our talent. However, some of that magic also is the product of a hard-won technique. So in these editing videos, we're working on that technique. Let's get started. This entire video will focus on the concept of the overuse of commas. That seems like a piddly little thing to focus our attention on for such a big essay, but it actually is a little thing that can turn into a big matter, because when we overuse commas, which we often do, the effect is it makes our writing sound choppy and disjointed. It sounds like a car engine that won't turn over and just start purring. It can be a frustrating experience for a reader, and we certainly don't want to give any college admissions counselor a frustrating experience with our essay. So let's talk about what I mean. The first concept we'll talk about is you should use commas when you're separating independent clauses joined by coordinate conjunctions. So independent clauses, you might remember, are full, complete sentences, groups of words that can stand on their own as sentences. And then coordinate conjunctions, I've given you that acronym FANBOYS for that. You might already know that. But FANBOYS are words like for, and, nor, but, or, yet, so. Words that help link ideas together. So here's an example of the appropriate use of commas. I love cheese, and I'm not afraid to admit it. Okay, so here we have a complete sentence. I love cheese. We have a fanboy, coordinate conjunction, and. I'm not afraid to admit it. Another complete sentence. So we have exactly what the criteria call for. Two independent clauses joined by a coordinate conjunction. Next, I'm going to give you an example of an incorrect use of a comma. I took the cheese off the plate and ate it. So here we have a comma, but what follows the coordinate conjunction is not an independent clause. Ate it is not a complete sentence. So we shouldn't have this comma here. We should get rid of it. And if we make this error often enough, like I said, our essay doesn't read smoothly. It's a choppy essay. We have control over that, and let's take control over that before we submit this to colleges. So we'll work on that. Okay, let's move on. The next concept is use commas for introductory clauses, phrases, or words that come before the main clause. So this is pretty elementary. Let me give you an example. Between you and me, Mr. Kruger has been holding me back for years. Okay, so here we have an introductory phrase that leads to an independent clause. It leads to a complete sentence, our main clause. And it's perfectly appropriate and even necessary for us to separate that with a comma. So that's an okay time to use a comma. The next concept is use a pair of commas in the middle of the sentence to set off clauses, phrases, and words that are not essential to the meaning of a sentence. So these commas tip off the reader, this is extra information. The sentence would be complete and still have meaning without it. Seinfeld, my favorite show, has been out of production for over 15 years. All right, so my favorite show is not essential information. We can take out that group of words and the sentence is still complete. Seinfeld has been out of production for over 15 years. I've only included some extra information that we don't really need. So the commas are necessary there. The next concept is do not use commas to set off essential clauses, phrases, or words in the sentence. And a good way to tell if a group of words is essential or non-essential is essential phrases will begin with that, non-essential phrases will begin with which. It doesn't work in every sentence. We won't have that or which in every sentence, but it works often enough to be a useful clue. The bottle rocket that lit my hair on fire was my Uncle Al's. Okay, so the sentence might be grammatically complete without the phrase that lit my hair on fire. However, it lacks some essential meaning if we take out that phrase, so we will not put commas around that. That would be an incorrect place to put commas. All right, fellas, that's it for the information that I have for you. Your editing quiz might cover more concepts over commas than what we've talked about here, but I would imagine a lot of this will be old information. But that's what the editing quiz will cover, the use of commas. So good luck with that, and good luck with the college essay.